In this video, I want to show some of the Playmaker actions that will be available when this asset releases so that you have an understanding of how you can use it with Game Creator 2, because Game Creator 2 obviously comes with its own logic and components. First off, we want to look at the hotspot behavior, which basically mimics a Game Creator hotspot component. You have a target object which you're looking for to interact with your hotspot. Probably your most used mode will be in radius, which has a radius variable, and when you manipulate that while the state is active in the editor, then it will update the sphere of influence in the other editor, the scene editor. Basically, well, it'll have an on activate and on deactivate event, but these two things would never happen probably in one state. Like, you'd have the hotspot in one state, it would get activated, you'd transition into a state, it would already be activated, and then you would look for that on deactivate. I've also extracted the floating message out of the Game Creator logic so that we can just use it as action, because it's usually tucked into a component. You can also see in action a character gesture action, which is basically the Game Creator character gesture. And then I have a secondary character gesture action that takes in an animation asset so that we can actually create events outside of the animations and then fire them and do things like combos. I've included a conditionless asset which will be used in two different actions. One is to check the whole condition list as a and or, and the secondary action is to check just one condition out of the array of conditions. So you just supply the integer and it tells you right in the action, what you're selecting when you punch in the index number. The next asset is the instruction list asset, and that would be run from a Playmaker action execute instruction list. Notice that it has a self and a target variable that you can fill in that will override what Game Creator has built into it. When you are filling in your instructions, you always have a self and a target variable choice, a constant. And this allows you to override that, so you have this asset sitting there and it doesn't have a connection to the scene, and then through Playmaker you can create that connection so that you're using game objects that are currently alive in the scene. This will wrap up the preview of this new asset called Take Action. It's going to make Playmaker and Game Creator 2 a little easier to work with without the workarounds. And by the time you see this, I'm hoping we'll be about 5 days from release. Goodbye.